another total chaos for you. This one is an MLB chaos for this Friday, June the 11th. And I've got two legends with me today. How's it going, Chip Chirimbes?
Quite well, Allie, quite well. And I know Ross is doing well himself. So it's a great challenge, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, indeed. Ross Benjamin, how are you today, sir?
I have no complaints. Finally recovering from my Las Vegas trip, and I know what time it is today for the first time in about 2 weeks. So doing okay.
That's important. It's important.
Yeah.
I remember during the pandemic, like not knowing what day of the week it was. So, you're zoning in there.
Yeah, exactly right.
That's it. Okay, so for anyone who is joining us, we're going to play a round of total chaos. Here's how it works. I'm going to give them 5 baseball games that happen on Friday, June the 11th. They're going to let me know if it goes over or under. Whoever gets the most correct comes back next week as the total chaos champ. You guys ready to rock?
I am.
Let's roll.
All right, Ross, you start us off. We've got the Mariners at the Indians, and the number's 8.5. So what are you rolling with here?
Well, I like both of the starting pitchers in this matchup, Dunn and Savali, but the bullpens have both struggled of late for both teams, and the Cleveland Indians have gone over the total in 4 straight games. There's been 14.5 runs combined scored per contest over that run. Seattle 3-1 over the last 4. I'm going to go over the total here, Ellie. I'm going to go Seattle and Cleveland over the total of 8.5.
Over the total. Okay, well, you're going to have to keep on trucking it along until Chip comes back. It's okay. It's kind of like a theme of our Total Chaos shows, so no big deal here. Pirates are at the Brewers. We've got 7.5 going on with that one. What do you say here?
Well, you start off with Brandon Woodruff making the start for the Milwaukee Brewers. That in itself makes me lean toward the under, and that's what I'm going to do here. 9 starts this year with a 1.42 ERA and a 0.74 WHIP. This guy, over his last 8 starts, I think he's allowed 2 earned runs or less on each occasion. And the Pittsburgh bullpen's been really good of late. 1.41 ERA over the last 7. Milwaukee bullpen has been very good as well. I'm going to go under the total in this one, Ellie.
Under the total we go. Chip, you're making a weird noise over there.
Is that from here?
That's you.
That's from here?
I feel like your cell phone is too close to something.
Yeah.
Any better?
Chips in outer space.
Can't do it.
Oh, no. Okay, try that again. It's not horrible. Okay.
All right. Sorry about that, folks.
It is okay. Like I said, technical difficulties happen all the time on this show. So you're just going to have to keep trucking along.
All right.
It's not fair because he gets to hear your plays first. Just say.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. A winner's a winner is a winner. We're not going to influence each other. So,
Wow.
Where are we?
I love it. We're here. We got this. All right. No big deal. It happens all the time. We've all done this before. Okay. So, Chip, Mariners, 8.5. What do you think about that one?
I think Ross is right for the most part on this contest. Both of these teams are sort of in the lower third of runs scored, ranked 23rd and 21st. But they played to the over. Cleveland's 32-25 on the year to the over, 7-2 in their last 9 games at home. And more importantly, I know Ross is a stat man when it comes to this. The over's going 11-6 in the last 17 meetings, and over's going 7-1 at Cleveland in the last 8 meetings. So I'm going to take this game over between the Mariners and the Indians. And, neither of them really have all that much of powerful offenses going for them. But I think the 8.5 is kind of high, and I'll play it over.
Okay, so we agree on that one. Remember, people at home, when they agree, those tend to be the most valuable picks on the show. So Pirates 7.5, Chip. What do you think about this one?
Well, Woodruff is most likely going for the Brewers, and they're pitching. They're hanging their hats on their pitching staff. They're really not scoring very many runs, and we know the Pirates aren't very prolific on offense either. Pirates are playing 26-31 under, and 5 of their last 7 have gone over the total. and 14, 5, and 3 in the last 17 meetings or 22 meetings between these two. But I think this game stays under the total. I don't know what Ross did because I happened to step away when you were on, Ross. Sorry about that. But I'm going to play this one under between the Pirates and the Brewers.
All right. Under and under. So we agree again. I love it when that happens. Money. Okay. So Angels at the Diamondbacks. You're going first on this one, Chip. The number is 9.
Well, I guess this Ohtani really is a baseball player. Not only is he blasting home runs, he's got a great ERA. The Angels have gone over 35 and 27 on the year. And Arizona, who doesn't have much of an offense as of yet this season, is 32 and 30 to the over because their pitching staff gives up so many runs. Merrill Kelly's on the mound. He's at 5.12. I think this goes over the total. They're 4-1-2 to the over in the last 7 meetings. The Angels seem to play a little more over, 10 and 3 against losing record teams with losing records. I'm going to play this one over, and Arizona and the Angels. 9 is a high number, and I think maybe Ross, the bookmaker's trying to give us an indication that there's going to be some runs scored.
Yeah, maybe they're giving us an indication there may not be a lot of runs scored. You just never know, Chipper. And I'm going to have to disagree with you on this one, respectfully. Ohtani's 6-2 to the under this year in 8 starts with a 2.76 ERA. We don't need to say a lot of more than we've already said about Ohtani. He already gets enough accolades, and rightfully so. And Merrill Kelly, much better at home than he's on the road. Sort of a Jekyll and Hyde syndrome going there. So his overall 5.16 ERA is a little askew because he's under 4 at home. And the Arizona Diamondbacks have scored 2 runs or less in 4 of their last 5. They've been shut out twice in that stretch, and both bullpens have been solid over their last 7 games each. I'm going to go under here, Kelly. Yeah, you would have loved me if I called you that, right?
Hey, Ross, I got a question, Ross. How does Ohtani perform at the plate on games he's pitching? I know he only lasts into the 5th or 6th inning for the most part.
I'm not sure he even hits when he pitches. I think that they use a designated hitter and sit him down when he pitches, Chip.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. I wouldn't swear to that, but I know the one time I saw him this year, that's what they did.
Yeah.
Because, he plays they want him to play in the field every other day. So.
Well, yeah. I know one time they took him out and sent him out to right field. So, I had assumed who knows? Maybe that was a double switch. So,
yeah, I guess it's different every time then. It's a good question, though.
Yeah.
Fair. Okay, so Royals are at the A's. Ross, what do you got going on? It's 8.5 here.
Royals and the A's. We got who's the starting pitcher? Singer for Kansas City and Irving for Oakland. Both pitchers have been through similar fates. They both got off to pretty good starts in April, and they've tailed off considerably in the month of May and into June. And this is a Kansas City team 0-5 in their last 5 and scored 2 runs per game during that stretch. Oakland 4-0 in the last 4 to the under. Yet the number's 8 and 8.5. What do you have for a line there? I saw 8 at a couple places and 8.5. What are we using officially for a total on this
8.5 is what I got when I made the thing. Hold on, I'm just double checking right now. Boom.
Yeah.
And oh crap, I passed it.
It's pretty much
no, we'll stick with 8.5.
Okay, we'll go 8.5.
Just to be fair, we'll stick with 8.5.
All right.
Irving, the last 3 homes, 7.47 ERA. Singer 5-2 to the over with a 6.06 ERA in his last 7. I'm going to go over the total here. Over the total of 8.5. Okay.
So then if it is 8, then we really like it over the total.
Absolutely.
What do you got here, Chip?
Well, Brady Singer's 3-5 on a year. His ERA is close to 5. But Kansas City's gone over 9-2-2 in their last 11. But that's, you look at Oakland, and they're 10-1 to the under as home favorites the last 11 times they've been at home. So you have one side running one way in a trend, another side going the other. I think it's a pretty tough call. My instinct would be for this to stay under 8.5. And, the 8.5 looks like a strong number. the fact that they're playing in Oakland makes me want to stay under because of their under record against anybody when they're at home.
I get that. All right, so we disagree, but that's okay. Someone's got to win the game, you know. One of you is going to say nanny nanny boo boo later, and that's going to be fun. So we got Rangers at the Dodgers.
What was that? What was the name of that game you just named?
Nanny nanny boo boo.
Oh, okay. Is that something you played as a kid?
Right, you were wrong.
Okay.
Total Chaos is a safe space for nanny nanny boo boos, just so we all know that. Yeah. Okay, so Chip, you finish us off. Rangers are at the Dodgers, and the number is 8. What do you got?
Well, we've got Kershaw going for the Dodgers, and you know, he can be unhittable at times. I mean, though it hasn't been that apparent this season. And the right-hander, I think is the right-hander for Texas, formerly from Atlanta, had some arm troubles. I don't even know how to pronounce his name.
Fultinowicz.
There you go. Thank you, Ross. This is why I'm always willing to work with Ross. And thank you so much.
Yeah,
he got an ERA of 4.5, which is pretty high up there. Texas has got some doldrums at the offensive end. 6-2 in interleague games to the under, 6-1 to the under in their last 7 games over on the road. And, you know, the series between these two, which I put a little bit more stock in, and when you look at trends, is 10-4 to the under in the last 15 meetings. The Dodgers have the lineup, of course, but that doesn't mean they're going to come and make contact. Maybe if they can win 7-1 and we can keep this one under the total, or 6-1. I'm going to play under with Kershaw dominating the Texas lineup.
My turn?
Mr. Benjamin, yes.
Oh, I was waiting for your introduction
there. To you, sir.
All right. So in any event, he makes all good points. But you know what jumped out at me is the fact that Clayton Kershaw is getting the start, yet there's a total of 8. And that's news in itself, because usually we're seeing 7.5, 7, 6.5 with Kershaw. Like Chip said, though, he hasn't pitched up to his normal standards this year, and his last 2 starts, he's given up 10 earned runs in 11 innings pitched. So it's not like he comes into this red hot. In Texas, they're not a good hitting ball club, but Fultinowicz, he's over a 5 ERA in 4 road starts. He gives up a lot of home runs, Ellie. And the Dodgers, the last I checked, I believe they had 42 home runs in 29 home games. So I like this game to go over the total.
All right. So it's settled. Yeah, I'm so not a Kershaw person. Remember his first game? Like after his first game, he got lit up. He had his ERA was in the 7s after a game, like 7+ after game 1. I was like, you don't see that very often, do you?
Yeah.
That's what went down. All right, so let's do a quick recap on all the games. But before we do, I want to remind you guys that we do have a promo code over at Picks and Parlays, and it is TRADE. That will save you 20% off of the entire site. Ross Benjamin, what do you got going on at picksandparlays.net?
Well, I got 4 plays up for tonight, 2 in Major League Baseball, 1 NBA 10-star top play, and also a pick in the NHL top play. Your Vegas team is playing tonight. Hey, you know what? I like Las Vegas tonight, Ellie. I just had to share that with you. I like them a lot. They're going to close the series out. See, Chip, you got to make the women happy on the show. I agree with the whole
thing. That's how you get to come back.
But anyway,
I had other ideas.
I figured that out. Now, Major League Baseball in the top 5 in the nation right now, and NBA been a steady run. I'm number 3. I've been number 3 for a while now, so it's been a very profitable year. And you could find my picks at Picks and Parlays. And what's that promo code again?
TRADE, and it saves you 20% off of the entire site. Also, put this in your pipe and smoke it. You could get Ross Benjamin and Chip Chirimbes, get both of their packages, use the promo code, save 20%. Think about that? Now you are. Chip Chirimbes, what do you got going on over at the site?
Well, you know, I'm always posting a triple play in Major League Baseball, which is highlighted by my mega buck play, my single strongest play. Right now, probably the best bet leader in the nation if you single out that one individual play. Having a great run right now in Major League Baseball and picking it up in the NBA as well. like Ross says, now we're coming down to when the big games are on the line and the big money's out there, and we like to deliver at this time of the year. You know, we've got all the information from the entire season. We get to put it all together, and it's like looking over a resume, and I think we're taking advantage of it, hand and fist.
That's why they pay you the big bucks. That's why you are who you guys are. I mean, that's just it, right?
Yeah, but we don't make the money you do, so we got a lot of catching up to do.
We don't have the same thing often.
Maybe someday you'll be as good at betting on sports as I am.
There it is.
You know,
there we go. I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to learn. I even tried to meet you last week, but anyway.
Did you? Did you try? I didn't get an email.
I deserve it. I deserve it. I know. I know.
I'll be in Vegas. You want to meet up for a drink? Sure.
I deserve it.
And it was my birthday weekend. Did you know that?
Oh, I didn't know that.
I was all dressed up, just sitting by the phone, waiting for Ross Benjamin to call me. Whatever, it's cool.
You're very flattering, but you're a liar.
I like to call them bluffs.
Anyway.
All right, so let's go through the recap. These guys agree. That's your money play, okay? When they agree, the consensus picks make the money. So Mariners, 8.5. They both say it goes over. Bet on that. Pirates, it's going under the 7.5. We agree again. We did have some issues with the Angels game. You went over, you went under. So, you know, sometimes people just have to make their own decisions or pick your favorite capper. See what happens. We disagreed again on the Royals, 8.5. Ross is going over and Chip is going under. And on the Rangers game, the 8, Chip is going under. Ross is going over again. So, Chip, you're on 2 unders and an over, and it's flip-flop the other way. I'm excited to see what's going to happen at this point. Now I'm ready. Now we got our gloves on. You know, drop your hockey gloves. Let's go. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining the show today. It is always a pleasure. I love you both so much. So make that money tonight. Good luck to everybody. And thank you for being on the show. May the best capper win.
Thank you,
Allie. See you.